Hey there, my name's Ava and I live in my car. As much as I love living in my car, I will say that this lifestyle does come with its own share of nuisances. And that's true of any lifestyle, and I'll say that when I had a house, the nuisances I experienced there actually amounted to more than the nuisances I have in my car, which is why I live in my car. When I had a house, not only was I burdened by the finances, but I was constantly doing lawn care, cooking, cleaning, all kinds of stuff. So moving in the car, I've eliminated those things and I have a lot more time to do the things I want to do. However, living in the car comes with some nuisances that I didn't expect, and these nuisances that I'm going to share today are things that I did not have when I lived in a house. The first random nuisance that I have is when my phone gets folded up with my bed in the morning. In the car, I have my bed. I fold down the back seats and lay out a mattress on there every night. And in the morning, I'll roll up the mattress and put everything away so I can get dressed and move on with my day. However, sometimes when I roll it up, I find that I've accidentally lost my phone in the sheets and blankets, and it's all been put away in the trunk. So it's more annoying than losing my phone in a bed because I have to actually unroll everything and dig around for it. The second nuisance is that my water bottles have a way of disappearing. It's really critical with car life to have an adequate supply of water in the car because I use water not only for drinking but also for brushing my teeth, and I really like to have at least 3 or 4 1.5 liter water bottles with me at all times. However, sometimes when I head back to the car in the evening, I'll realize that for some reason I'm down to only 1 or 2 water bottles, not my 4. And it always feels a little bit confusing to me because I don't recall taking the bottles out of the car, but somehow they just go missing. It's not so bad because there's usually a gas station or somewhere open where I can replace them, but it is one of those things that's frustrating in the moment. And when you have a house, you don't have to worry about water because you can just use the tap. Additionally, sometimes when I unscrew the cap of the water bottle, it will fly off and disappear in between the seats, never to return again. So in that case, I'll sometimes try to fish out the cap, but if I'm not able to retrieve it, then I'll have to replace the water bottles again. I do try to reuse the water bottles as much as possible, but somehow they just have a way of getting away from me, and so part of my routine is to expect to have to replace them sometimes. The third nuisance is when my toothbrush runs out of power. Living in the car, it's really critical to me to maintain my hygiene and my health, and that includes using an electric toothbrush, which is what I did at home as well. However, it is a little bit more annoying to charge the toothbrush in the car because when I had a house, I would just charge it during the night and it would be good to go. However, I have to think a little bit more about it in the car because I don't want to leave my power station running all night, otherwise it will die, and I also don't really want to bring my toothbrush into the office to charge it. So I end up just charging it here and there with the power station, and it seems like it never gets a full charge. So that's something maybe I could plan differently, but so far it's been a bit of a nuisance, and actually my toothbrush is out of power right now, so I'm going to have to charge it today. The fourth nuisance is that mail does not seem to make it to my P.O. box. I somewhat recently got a P.O. box and I thought this would solve all my problems because I'm using it as a forwarding address for my previous address, and I thought I could ship any items there that I need for the car, no problem. However, sometimes when I try to order something, it will actually say that it cannot ship to that address, and sometimes I'll place an order and a lot of the time it doesn't make it there. So this has definitely been a nuisance as I was counting on it to receive packages, so I'm going to have to rethink things and see if there's a way I can get a more reliable P.O. box. The fifth nuisance is just all the towing signs I see, and I bring this up because it's funny living in my car now how it's something that I notice all the time that I wasn't really attuned to before I lived in my car. But now that I live in my car, I notice when I drive past a parking lot or something that pretty much every parking lot has a "violators will be towed" sign. And I do just sort of wish that you could park wherever. I know as somebody that lives in my car that I'm not going to be creating a commotion, so it would be nice when you see these big wide open parking lots with nobody there. It would be nice if you could just park. But that said, there's certainly lots of other options, and I haven't had a problem finding spots that I don't have to worry about being towed at. The sixth nuisance, and certainly the biggest nuisance, is just the societal skepticism about this lifestyle. I have been pretty shy to tell people about this because I know that there are certain connotations that come with it, and it will leave people wondering. I'm at the point where I feel pretty good telling friends about it because I feel like I can explain it and people will get it, and my friends that are really my friends will stand by me with this. And actually, I just told a friend for the first time about living in my car, and I really didn't know what to expect. I thought that I might have to really convince him and explain myself and let it sink in and hope that he would be like understanding about it, but actually he was really quick to understand where I was coming from, and I didn't feel like I got any judgment about it. We haven't even really talked about it since then. We've just continued our normal conversations, so that was a big relief, and I was really grateful for it, and it makes me feel better going forward telling more people about this. However, it is a different story at work because there's a lot at stake at work, and obviously living in my car isn't a fireable offense, but I have to maintain a degree of professionalism, and I really don't know what my coworkers will think. I don't want them to think that because I live in my car, my performance isn't as good, or just to think that there's any connection between those two things, because living in my car really has no effect on the quality of work that I do or my ability to do a good job. I would be really hesitant to bring this up with anybody that I work with. To me, these nuisances are totally worth it, and I really love this lifestyle. It's really awesome to have the adventure, to not pay rent, and to live life on my terms and in a way that I like and isn't just what's expected of me. I hope that if my coworkers do find out about it, that like my friend, they will keep an open mind and maybe think it's not too big a deal either. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.